Hello, everyone, and welcome to Design Geometry. I'm Mrs. Wilkins. I'm going to be your teacher for this course. I know some of you, I had you last year for Algebra 2, but there's quite a few of you who I haven't had. So today, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go quickly through just some parts of the syllabus, just to introduce you to who I am, kind of give you an overview of what this class is, what it's going to look like, and other information. So just some things about me in case this is new and you don't know me. Introducing myself virtually is kind of odd and I don't particularly enjoy it, but here we are. Again, my name is Mrs. Wilkins. I am from Dallas, Texas. If you see the picture, I put in a picture of me in high school with my giant homecoming mug. That was something that was really big in Texas, and I wish we would bring it here to Oklahoma because it was so fun. I came to Tulsa in order to study at the University of Tulsa. So I'm a big TU sports fan. Yes, I know they're not great. Football team is ranked number 24 right now. So I'm keeping hope there. They don't look too great, but again, big TU sports fan. Can't take that away from me. I met my husband there. He is from Tulsa. We were married 2 years ago, and there's a picture of me, my husband, and my family down below. Fun fact, all the guys in my family are above 6'3". They're all big old football players. My dad played at Baylor, so I'm a really big Baylor football fan as well. My cousin's supposed to play there next year, so again, Baylor football runs deep in my family. I just got a dog. We hung out a lot during quarantine. His name is Tucker. He's a Mastiff lab mix, so he is a big boy, but he's very playful, very sweet. Also, I just love going to concerts. I am at, of course, the Jonas Brothers concerts down in the bottom right. I love all kinds of music, going to festivals, those sorts of things. So this time has been a little bit sad not being able to see some live music. Yeah, here's some more favorite things I like. Favorite foods, I love pizza and burritos and basically any food that's bad for me. I'll pretty much eat on a regular basis. I love binge watching. Highly recommend crappy reality TV. I just watched Love Island. I'm watching The Bachelor. Better TV that I watched, Tim Lasso on Apple TV. Has been an amazing show that has brought a lot of joy. My favorite movie forever and all time is Bring It On. So what is design geometry? So design geometry is a math class where we're going to emphasize the application of the math above the calculations. So looking at math in the real world. So how the properties of shapes and structures are going to impact the things that you're doing in real life. Things like carpeting your house or building bridges or those sorts of things. But it's a way to stretch our mind and learn in the most efficient ways of solving problems. So again, even if you're not going to be someone who uses the calculations or the math formulas in your everyday life as an adult, this is still a class that is stretching your brain and making it better and more efficient so that you can solve problems, whatever they are, more quickly. Looking at the virtual schedule, part of the thing of design geometry that bums me virtually is we can't really do the projects that we normally do in here because they're group projects and there's just tons of supplies that go along with them. So a lot of it's going to feel maybe like a more typical math class. Every single Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we're going to have a lesson and you're going to do some practice problems on Khan Academy. Should take around 30 to 45 minutes. I don't assign a lot because I know we're kind of stretched right now, but it's enough to give you good practice. All units are going to be about 2 weeks, so you can expect on the last Thursday and Friday that you'll have a review on Thursday and an assessment on Friday. These are longer assignments. You aren't going to want to wait to do those. You want to do them day of so you don't get burdened with a lot of makeup work. Also on Mondays, I send out a survey. This is just for me to check in. I want to see how you're doing. I don't get to see you in person and pick up whether or not you're having a good week and things are going to be behind or whatever. So a survey just helps me keep in touch with you. It also just helps us interact in kind of a fun, different way in order to keep up some of those relationships, even though we're not in the same space. So with what we do in the classroom, the self-guided lessons, I use something called Nearpod. This is just an interactive PowerPoint. It's instead of just like clicking through a Google slide and not, I don't know, just watching the videos, this gives you the chance to do problems, answer questions as we go along so that it's a little more interactive than just the Google slide. Those will be posted in the Google Classroom every morning by 9 a.m. You follow the link, do the code, do the assignment. Those last for about a week and then they disappear. If you're doing makeup work, I do have an alternative way for you to access those things, and I will get that to you as we go along. Surveys, again, my way to check in. You take them every Monday. Practice, I use Khan Academy. It's the best. I know some of you have been using it for a really long time and might be tired out by it, but there's a reason that teachers keep using it. It's because the problems are good and they're not super confusing and they're pretty straightforward. I tried Edmentum to change it up. I did not like it, so we're back on Khan Academy. You have about 4 to 7 questions a day. I prefer that you retake them until that score is high. You can retake them as much as you want. I only give 4 problems for that reason. Live lessons happen every Wednesday on Zoom. Normally we'll go through, I'll go through a teaching practice and then we'll hop on Nearpod and do some lessons together. And then the live lesson will end. I like using Nearpod because I can see you working on a whiteboard. I can see you answering problems, and I don't have to be a stickler about microphones and cameras being on. That's not the hill I like to die on, but it still shows me that you're there and participating just in a different way. Review days, your review is independent. If you do need extra support, that's a day that I normally will host some sort of office hours because I have more time. And you can check in with me just to ask about whatever questions you have before the assessment. All assessments are going to be taken on Google Form. This is just so that I can grade really quickly. So with the math, sometimes it's hard to type it in, but I can see what your answer is, and I make a lot of exceptions based on if I think that you're trying to communicate the right answer to me or not. Finally, tutoring. I will reach out to you about tutoring through many different ways, but always if you email me, we can set up times for you to come up here. I do prefer you coming up to tutor above Zoom just because I like to see you actually do the math work on paper in front of me. I can do it over Zoom if that's how you're comfortable, but if you do come up, it will be a very small number. I only have about 2 students in at a time if that does happen. Normally it's just one-on-one, and we are masked up so that there's no risk with that. Expectations. This is a weird time. This is what I expect of you. Do your work daily. As long as you are doing your work every single day, it won't be a lot. If you wait to do your work, it's going to pile on, and then you will have a lot of things that are expected of you. So I really do suggest that you just do a little bit of work every single day so that you can keep up. Know your needs and please communicate them. It is so hard for me to know what you need in this virtual world. So if you are struggling, email me, text me, do whatever to get in contact with me so that I am able to make your life easier. I don't want you to be super, super stressed out about math all the time. I would much rather you tell me so that we can work on it. Come to the Zoom meetings. They're important. They're a way to connect. They're a way for me to see how you're doing. Come to them every single Wednesday so that we can still operate in that way. Also, appropriate use of the Google Classroom, please. I do keep the wall open, but y'all know what we mean by this. Like, stay appropriate. Don't post weird things. If you want to, that's what I'll leave it there. Things you can expect from me. High quality lessons. I have taken so much time to make really good virtual lessons. I already know that they're effective because you are the second time around that I'm doing this virtual design geometry. So you can expect to have good lessons provided from me in a timely manner. You can also expect timely grading. I grade about 2 days after you submitted an assignment. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to grade it, and you will have an updated score. Vulnerability. This time, stuff happens, tech issues happens. Sometimes, y'all, I teach and I didn't do a good job. That happens sometimes. I will be vulnerable. If I see that you all didn't catch a lesson, then I'll admit that maybe it was my bad with how I communicated the lesson. I'll let you know if my internet was acting so funky that I couldn't get your grades in that day. You can expect honesty and clear communication from me. Finally, flexibility. Again, weird season. I will be flexible. I will listen to your needs. We will make out a plan together because my ultimate goal is that you know and understand math. Things that you will need for this class, you're going to want a notebook, maybe some graph paper. They make graph paper notebooks, which are kind of the best for a math class. You'll need pencils and a calculator. You just need like a normal scientific calculator for this class. Look for the trig function, so sine, cosine, and tangent on your graphing calculator. It looks like sin, cos, and tan. Those are the calculations that are going to be big within this class. Grading. So participation's 50% of your grade. That's the highest. I want to make sure that you are logging in and doing stuff. So the highest percentage of your grade is just by doing the things. If you're doing the things, you're going to do okay in here. Daily practice is 15%. That's your Khan Academy number grade. I will put in whatever you grade on the Khan Academy assignments into the grade book. It's way less than participation, but this is still a way to encourage you to keep working on that until you get a high score. Assessments that you take every 2 weeks are going to be 25% in total, and the midterm and the final are going to be 10%. If you need me, this is how you get in contact with me. That phone number is a Google Voice number, so it allows you to text me without actually knowing my real number. So you can call or text that number and it will come to me. You can email me. I will respond from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. At 4 p.m., I go home. I turn off all the things. I focus on my husband and I don't respond. But from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., you can expect things back from me. So today, you're going to answer just some survey questions, kind of some get to know yous, and then you will be done and ready for tomorrow.